All right, so have you ever heard something was so bad that it made you want to actually check it out? Like, it might be a movie or something that you hear the movie is terrible, and you like, it's no way the movie can be that bad. So you see the movie. That's how I feel about this new Lizzo album. And YouTube, I'm sorry, but the album is called Bitch. That's the name of the album. It's called Bitch. So I've heard. I'm not even gonna say I've heard a lot about the album. Like matter of fact, I know what I heard. It came out that I think the album sold like it was either 3,000 or 6,000 copies first week. So it was like a lot of bad press around the album. And for somebody like Lizzo has a lot of name recognition regardless of what you think about her music or the album. So I was like, okay, I remember Lizzo kind of talking about not being supported. I'm hearing this album, so these copies. I'm like, I'm gonna check this out and see if this album and this kind of commotion or whatever is justified. So the first thing I'm gonna say, and I'm sure people have said this before. I think I heard it in like one of the few reviews that I heard about the album. It's a lot going on. Like I don't really know how else to say it. And I feel like with Lizzo, because she is very talented, like she can do a lot. She can sing pretty well, she can rap, etc. etc. What Lizzo needs more than anything else, she needs like a producer, like a real like executive producer or something to kind of rein her in. Because she may have an executive producer or something, but respectfully, it was no reining it. It This album kind of sounds like somebody, almost like a kid with a toy, and they just doing whatever they want with the toy. And like then mom and dad gotta come in and say, okay, hey, you gotta slow down. You gonna break it if you do too much. She did a lot on this album and she kind of broke it. That being said, there are good songs on the album. Like I think it's 13-ish songs. It's only like 36 minutes, so not super long. There are good songs on here, but there's bad songs too. But also like as an album, it's not good as an album. What I mean in terms of like when I think about an album, you think about like something kind of cohesive, even if it's not necessarily telling a story. There's some kind of like sonically with the music, some kind of flows and highs and lows, yes. But general thing, maybe a curveball here or there. But it's almost like with this album, you get whiplash from some of the songs. Like you go, oh, then we're gonna hit, then we're gonna hit, then we go, oh, like I'm not gonna get into every song, but the first song is almost kind of like an opera style song where she's like, it's just her and a piano, and I kind of saw what she was trying to do with it, but it was weird. I'm sorry, it was weird. And then so you go from that song. The second song I believe has like a very 80s feel, so it's like kind of whoa, we going here. And so the album, I guess the overall sound of it would be more 80s, but even with that, it was almost like a little too 80s. But then she threw in like kind of a go-go flip in there, the UCB Sexy Ladies, which is probably one of the standouts on the project, but it's like that. Then it's like one song kind of has a 90s kind of fit. Like it's just a lot of different sounds that aren't really cohesive. And then it's like all of the songs aren't good enough to where you going all over the place, but it's like banger, banger, banger. It's like what? Like it just is almost like kind of unsettling, honestly. So also, and this ain't even about the album. I feel like, with Lizzo, and I probably should do a separate video on this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a separate video and just kind of talk about like I guess Lizzo's career because it seems like she's at a crossroads or whatever. But anyway, this is album reviews nobody asked for. This is Lizzo, bitch, and just even the album title is too gimmicky. She does have a song "Bitch" on the album, which when you hear what she does with the song, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But just with the cover art, which you kind of can see the cover art over here, you're just doing a lot. The album title is big. You're doing a lot.